Welcome back to our second installment of Trans Talk with me, Jesse, aka Gardner, where I come to you with my experiences, news, information, tips, and tricks on being transgender in the 21st century. But today, I want to talk about something that doesn't just plague trans community or the LGBT community, this is something that more or less affects everyone. Dysphoria, why it affects the trans community so much, and why it essentially makes us want to change, I think. If you've ever been around a trans person more than maybe 10 minutes, we will eventually talk about our dysphorias and euphorias and what makes us tick. Dysphoria is... I should probably pull up the Webster's Dictionary so that we can get a sense of what the word is. Dysphoria. Definition from the Oxford Languages: a state of uneasiness or a generalized dissatisfaction with life. And I feel like dysphoria affects everyone in different ways. From if you're leaving the house and your clothes just don't fit just enough, you get a sense of dysphoria because everything just doesn't feel right. Or if you're wearing an outfit that you've worn a million times and this is your favorite outfit of all time, the sense of euphoria that you get from it. For trans people, it's being called the right pronouns. So if you're looking, acting, sounding like a woman, you're being called that. If you're wanting to be a male, if you want to be a male and dressing, acting like a male, and you're being called sir, he, him, these little things that just not define you but validate you in real life. For me, it's the little things that stick out like a sore thumb. It hurts to be called, it physically hurts to be called sir. It just ruins my mood when I'm called sir on the street. And it's like, it's not because I want the validation of being a woman. It's more of the person who's saying it, whether it's ill or whether it's because they want to hurt me or whether it's because it was a slip of the tongue, it's because it's showing me that I'm not living up to my own expectations of how I want to transition. So I don't know if a woman sometimes gets called sir on the street. Maybe it happens, but the times that it does happen to me, it gives me this dysphoric feeling of like, okay, do you know? Is it a slip of the tongue? It just sends a million thoughts racing in your head of like, okay, something's wrong. But being called the right pronoun is amazing because it's like, these thoughts don't run through your head of thinking that you're not putting out how you feel. It's like, okay, yes, I'm a woman, thank you for saying ma'am, and okay, it's like just a fleeting moment of just happiness where the act of being called the wrong pronoun just gives you this lasting depressive effect of just like, okay, what do I have to change now about myself so that this never happens again? If I could just get rid of the dysphoria, I could. And I think that's what makes trans people really trans. And it's just that feeling of shittiness throughout the day of just wanting to be better than you were before so that those things never happen. And the worst part is, and the sad part is that it will continue to happen. And honestly, it makes you stronger. I didn't really experience any of that until I started transitioning, of just feeling happy to be in my own skin. So yeah. And I think this affects almost all trans people. I hope. I've been on a lot of trans subreddits to like just get a feel of what the community feels like, and if it's just me. And no, it's not just me. I think it's more of an overarching issue, and I'm gonna go